All right, we are back after a short intermission. I can't talk.
Hey,
I can't talk. Yeah. So, this is the I Hate the Internet podcast, and we do talk about the internet.
Hey.
One thing we all see on the internet, especially those of us who have graduated high school, and if you haven't, eventually you will. The people that just fall off after high school and become these like weird Facebook personalities, like they post conspiracy theories or they post stuff and it's like from like random sources that say like some crazy shit's gonna happen. And it's like, it's like, what are you doing? I used to know this person. I used to have class with this person. Why the fuck are they so weird? I mean, I curse, whatever. I said it. Fuck it.
damn.
Why are they so weird?
The church gonna be on you in a second, bro.
Why
Keep
are
it
they
up.
so weird?
Keep that shit up. The Vatican's gonna be all over us, bro.
Okay.
Chill out.
All right. But why are they so weird, Anyway, why so many people kind of fall off after high school?
Well, because everybody's in friend groups, bro. So you don't know which one is awkward when it comes down to social skills. They got that little umbrella. So when it's all said and done, everybody go their separate ways. I feel like you could spot them out in the open field. Like, there they go. Their friends are gone. That guy's weird. It tends to be like QAnon kid or some shit. Locking kids up in the bottom of what was it? What, dominoes they thought?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I think just social skills, and I think people aren't prepared to be adults. I feel like we're not kind of.
Hell no.
We're not pushed to be responsible. So a lot of things are done for us. So when you're on your own, you're kind of taking on a lot. So it just leaves you kind of socially awkward. You really don't know how to communicate with people. They don't teach you how to communicate. I'm talking stupid. They don't teach you how to communicate. They don't help you with social skills. They don't help you with life skills. It seems like schools nowadays is just learning how to survive, learning how to be good at quizzes, or learning how to cheat on quizzes, in my opinion. So, just the basic life skills. Like back in the day, my mom talked about, they had a fucking driving class in school. They taught people they gave people driver's license in their school. Like they did like accounting work and shit.
I'm sure there's people who are watching this video who they
back in my day, they had a whole union in the school. Like they used to do that now. It's just like
ain't got shit.
Now it feels like we're just manufactured to fill jobs, bro. That's all. So
not even. You know what? That's a good point. And I'll make it real quick. This is another episode. I was talking to one of my friends from when we went to a summer camp together about 10 years ago last week. And, I told him, I was like, look, man, in reality, these kids that are coming out of school today, they're not prepared for the real world. And these jobs are not going to teach you the soft skills you need to do well. So like composing an email, team building, working in a team, being able to effectively communicate, time management. You gotta be able to do that on your own without them having to train you to do that. And if you don't, guess where you're gonna be? In an Amazon warehouse. But
God.
But anyways, before people get on me, they say,
thank you for your service.
What's wrong with a warehouse before y'all get replaced by robots? I think you have a point there that high school doesn't really prepare you for anything.
It doesn't,
and not in the real world, because so much of our education system is standardized testing. But I also think that there's just this false sense of security.
Okay.
When you're in high school, especially if you go to the more affluent high schools, like private schools and stuff like that.
Well, so you think people feel privileged? Like you think they feel privileged? Like I didn't do nothing because I'm privileged?
I think it's more or less like I do well and I get A's in high school.
Okay.
I play on the football team. I get girls. This is what life is about. I'm good, right? When really you're playing life on, like, this is literally like the tutorial. Like you're still in the tutorial, but you think you beat the game. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, they think, oh yeah, this is easy. I'm beating the game. I don't have to study. I get A's. I don't have to try. I get girls. I do well in sports. I don't really have to. Especially you're a senior. You really ain't going to class. You really ain't doing shit in class. And then you get to the real world, and it's like, especially if you go to college, you're not the smartest person in the classroom anymore. You go to the real world. Guess what? You're working between the 80% of the time that you're awake. You're working. And you're working for little to no money. Once you cover your expenses, you really don't have shit left over.
True that.
Then when you're in high school as well, you plan for the future, but you know, hey, when you're a freshman or a sophomore, hey, I'm planning to go to college. You have the end in mind. When you're an adult, you don't know when this shit is going to end. You don't know where you're supposed to go. Like, there's a guarantee that after you finish your freshman year, you're going to be a sophomore. But in real life, you may work at a job for 10 years. That don't mean you get no promotion. It's not linear. Real life is not linear. And I think for some people, it fucks them up. Because they're used to having, they're used to things being so defined and cut out and things being linear.
Yeah, parents paying for the bills while you're in high school, shit like that. You're just being a kid. I think people are just used to, they're just kids used to being kids. And when it's time to grow up, they're like, yo, I wasn't ready for this.
You weren't ready?
I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared.
You don't want to?
Yeah.
You don't know how to?
If you don't know how to, why would you want to?
And that's why so many people fall off after high school and they put all this shit on Facebook. It's like they still have the high school mentality.
Oh, of course.
As an adult.
Yeah, of course.
They have the high school mentality as an adult. They think like a high schooler as an adult because they never grew up out of that.
Yeah, I think like growing up, everybody's mentally stuck at the age 21. It seems like who you were at 21 or 22 or who you are now. Like you're just in an older body. I feel like you never change. I know people can change. But it seems like they don't change that far away from what they were around 21 or 22. You think so?
I disagree.
There's some pretty dumbass 45-year-olds I know, and people in their 40s and shit, and 50s. So like, yo, I guarantee you're an ass at 21 too, bro.
In a way, yeah. But I think that I don't think that you're not always defined by the time you're 21.
Yeah.
Because I think, like I said, real life is not linear, right?
Okay.
You can be more mature as a 19-year-old, and then as a 22-year-old, you're a fucking kid, right? It's not linear. People grow at different rates and at different places and spaces.
And digress at different rates, too.
Exactly. And so I don't think it's as defined. Now, I do think by the time you're 30, like whatever your work ethic is at 30 is probably going to be your work ethic for your life.
You think so?
Yeah. Wherever you're at around 30, 35, at that point, you are what you are, right? If you're somebody who at 30, you don't get out of bed till 10 o'clock, you don't want to do anything for your life, you just wallowing in mediocrity. That's what you are.
Okay.
At that point,
you're just a worker bee.
I wouldn't even say that.
Oh shit. Okay.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say you are you're doing the bare minimum.
Okay.
I wouldn't even say that, but I think that when you get out of high school, man, it's just a reality check. Because I remember when I got out of high school and I went to school my freshman year, and I had to teach myself how to study.
Okay.
I had to teach myself how to study. I had to teach myself how to manage my time effectively. I had to teach myself how to be disciplined, not just with like food or with like hanging out with friends and going out. But I had to be disciplined in how I spent my time, and I had to realize, okay, I can't just do what I want to do all the time. But some people, they don't leave that mentality in high school. They take that with them to real life.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So another thing I want to talk about, just on some of the crazy shit you see on Facebook. I see this a lot, man.
What you seeing?
A lot of these women I went to high school with or middle school with who have kids, man. They just be talking crazy on there.
Really?
They be talking crazy. They be talking about, y'all women are hoes and y'all will never be good mothers, because all that other stuff you guys have to do, but y'all out there shaking ass and shit.
Well, this is women talking about women?
Yes, who have kids. Yeah, women who have kids talking about women who don't have kids. And they also...
They got a choice?
It is a choice. It is absolutely a choice. Well,
okay.
I don't want to trigger anybody by saying that.
My bad.
I don't trigger anybody by saying that, but they did choose to have the child. But I hear shit like that, and I'm just like, sis, sis.
Yeah, there's
chill.
nothing wrong with starting a family. Why are you so angry?
Chill. And I think that part of it, and a lot of Facebook, Twitter, and stuff like that is just a lot of cope as well. I think that's an example of just cope. You had a kid when you weren't ready.
Yeah.
And now your ass is broke. You got no money. You got no time. You probably don't have much of a dating life either. And now, instead of being upset with yourself, you're gonna be upset with the girls who have the life that you want.
Yeah, I also see men like that too, though. They became fathers, or like they just grew up too fast when they just should have just stayed steady. and they're just like.
1 second. By the way, if you see me out the screen, it's because I'm drinking a non-sponsored drink, so I don't want to let them in. All right, go ahead, Eddie.
That boy's drinking water. Brought to you by water, folks. Stay hydrated, bitch. No, but I see that with guys too. Like when I know a lot of cats that had kids or try to be too old too fast. You know, doing grown up shit, smoking. I had a homeboy that was like 17, smoking cigarettes because he thought it was cool. Like, yo, you're growing up too fast. And now they're complaining all willy-nilly, like, oh, you know, back in my days we did this and that. Like, yo, man, you're fucking young. Chill the fuck out. Like, what's wrong with you? I think a lot of people just lost. I feel like there's lost there a bunch of kids who are raising kids now. That's what I feel like. Facebook is filled with a bunch of kids raising kids.
But I think they compartmentalize the fact that their life isn't what they want it to be,
yeah.
and they do it through Facebook.
Yeah, I think so.
And I don't think that's just the chicks who got pregnant before they wanted to. I think
dudes too.
I think that's a lot of the dudes who also fall off as well.
Yeah, they become parents too, and they're like, yo, like the suburban life is cool, but man, get some wisdom out there in life, man. Grow up a little bit. And, you know, that should be something you save till you're close to 30, homie. Don't be having kids early, bro. That does shit to you. Trust me.
Well, let's talk about it because I think this is something that a lot of our viewers may see.
Okay.
Right. So, because a lot of these young kids think to be a man they got to go out there and get a bunch of women pregnant. You know, baby mamas and baby daddies in our community is extremely prominent. Eddie, why is that not a good thing to be having kids? You know, when you're not ready.
Well, because you know every male should strive to be the best he can be. And woman as well. And when you have a kid, when you bring another life into this world, nothing wrong with it, but it dramatically decreases your chances of becoming the best version of yourself because you're caring for another life. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I feel like everybody with a little ambition that wants to be an entrepreneur is going to get that burst of energy one day and they're going to go on a rampage to find success. But when you have a kid, that's like having a weight, like a 20-ton weight tied to your ankles, bro. You can get there, but better be pretty damn strong, which a lot of us are not. We got the attention span of a goldfish, bro. So I don't see a lot of us making it out of this generation, being successful if we having kids early. It's something you should save after you've accumulated a lot of wisdom. Like I said, the reason we're seeing like we're very dumb and behind is we're just a bunch of kids having kids, and I think we just need a slow road. Take care of yourself. You know, having kids when you're close to 30 or after 30 isn't a bad thing. Just take care of yourself so you can live longer. You know, retain your youth by exercising. But right now, take some time to learn how to be an adult because too many kids having kids, too many kids taking lives too early because they can't rationalize. They're too young. Hey, get some years under your belt before you do all this weird shit. All right.
100%. 100%. I echo 100 everything that Eddie says, but there's also like a meme I saw on, I'm talking about people on Facebook. I'm talking about a meme I saw on Facebook.
About Ohio?
But no, it was just about like how like if you have kids and you're in poverty, you basically have no chance to get out of poverty.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
You have no chance to get out of poverty if you have kids.
Just a percentage, a small percentage, but you.
And I'm not saying and for the listeners,
it's not impossible.
It's not for the listeners who are listening to this. He said, I have kids and I'm gonna be broke for the rest of my. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's exponentially way more difficult. Not to mention the fact that the fact that these kids are coming to the world in possibly where they can't be afforded, the depression that comes with that, as well as just you don't really get to chase your dreams or your wants because you have to worry about your child first, right? But they kind of tie it back to the Facebook thing, and that's why it's so difficult for a lot of these people, right? Because you go from you the man in high school, you the girl in high school, you get any girl you want, you get any guy you want, you ain't really doing shit in class, you still get A's, you got into the school you wanted to go into, and you come to real life, boom, you got a kid. Boom, you got a kid. You're only making $300 a week at Foot Locker, but $98 goes to your child support. And you got to spend the rest of that to pay rent.
Yeah.
And so what do? Hey, I'm going to get my ass on Facebook and I'm going to talk shit about these dudes out here who not as responsible as I am. Well, they don't have to be because they ain't got kids.
Yeah, they're living their life, bro. You lived your life, let them live theirs, bro.
Right, they got to be, they have kids, Yeah. So, they can live the life that they want. Yeah. Not just to shit on people with kids. I'm not doing that, but I'm just saying, like.
The people who complain.
Right. The ones that are on Facebook cringe. And then the ones who are on Facebook that like post these conspiracy theories about how
QAnon,
about they say stuff like Hollywood is controlled by Jeffrey Epstein's whatever from like the fucking from
the cabal,
from KingKong.com or whatever.
Yeah,
and they don't realize it.
5G internet taking over the world.
Right. That COVID was because they're putting up the 5G cell towers without us noticing and stuff like that.
Controlling the nanobots and COVID.
Look, if you're listening to this podcast, you're a smart person.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you're a smart person, you know what? You just got to ignore that shit because some people like they don't when it backs their opinion, I don't think some people care really about the source or they're just like, "Oh, well, I'm right cuz they said I'm right." So, it's whatever. Like I mean, I don't know. Facebook commenter, I don't really get on Facebook that often cuz Facebook commenter just rubs me the wrong way every time I get on, so I don't even fucking deal with it. But yeah,
just don't be weird, man. Don't be weird, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I mean exactly. So
everybody needs a voice, bro. So hey, at least Facebook giving them a chance to say something.
So let's end the show on a positive note because we hate the internet and we don't want them to end up like these bozos on the internet.
Damn right.
What would you say to a kid in high school right now who's listening to this shit saying, what the fuck should I do? I'm afraid of, let's say it's a kid who's afraid of falling off. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know what to do after high school, don't know where they're going to go. You know, what? I mean, what should we tell these kids, man?
First off, big dog, make sure you work on your mental health. You're young for a brief amount of time, bro, so you're going to get older. Get some sleep. Make sure you're getting a good regimen of drinking water, juices, getting your rest. That shit is going to bite you in the ass if you don't. Trust me. I'm 28, bro, and I be feeling like I'm 45 sometime. I need to do better. So I'm telling your ass, get some sleep, drink your water, take care of your skin. If strong body, strong mind. That's what they say, not the other way around. Don't stress your mind trying to have a strong body. Make sure your body's okay so you can support a strong mind. And whatever you do, and stay consistent, you will make it. That's the key to success, and that's the guaranteed key to success. Take care of your mind. Take care of your body so you can take care of your mind, so you can stay consistent till you reach success. Getting kind of tongue twisted. My bad.
Dick and vagina can wait.
Oh, yes,
it can wait. It can wait. Advice I give you, me and Eddie, we're agreeing on this.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is you want to. Getting out of high school is going to be difficult, especially when you don't know what you're going to do.
For sure.
But the thing is that you want to keep your options open. How you keep your options open is you stay out of jail.
Yeah.
Stay out of debt. Okay. You stay away from people who are not doing anything positive. Okay. And you surround yourself with people who are doing things, because you never know. Somebody might tell you something. You might be like, you know what? That is something I'm interested in. You want to make sure that you stay qualified for whatever you want in the future. Don't disqualify yourself.
Yeah. And sorry to interrupt. Oh, also, you reminded me of something. Don't be picky. Don't be too picky. You are not at the top of the pyramid, my man. You are at the bottom. You are at the base. Be open to anything, because at the end of the day, the strangest doors could lead you where you want to go. Trust me. Don't be, I want to go to this school, or I want to do this, and if I don't, I'm not going to try.
Yeah.
You will be working the strangest job or doing the little strangest profession, and it will lead you to that person that can get you where you want to go.
Right.
So don't be bougie. Trust me. You will end up in the last place. I've been there, done that. Don't do it.
Don't be bougie. Don't chase booty. All right. We want to thank you guys for listening tonight, man, or this morning, wherever you at.
Afternoon.
Appreciate it. It's afternoon, horizon, whatever, because I know in Alaska they don't send on the same times. So we appreciate it. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you think I'm full of shit, you think that Harvey Weinstein is actually the hero of Hollywood, let me know. We could talk about it, and I'll tell you how much of a dumbass you are.
Or talk about your favorite sexual chocolate, your boy.
Right, or you talk about your favorite sexual chocolate, your boy over here.
Okay.
Luckily, Harvey Weinstein didn't get to Eddie yet, so sexual chocolate is unharmed. But we want to thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the support, the loving comments. That's what makes it worth it for us. And we're going to go ahead and sign off. We appreciate you guys.
Hasta luego.
Have a great one.
That was good.
Okay.